Don't let your schooling get in the way of your education. Mark Twain. Twain makes a great point here, proclaiming that schools often get in the way of our own education. But how could this happen? Aren't schools meant for us to prepare us for the future? To do this, schools must find our passion, why we wake up in the morning, what we want to change in the world. Unfortunately, schools aren't designed this way. The majority of students never find their passion in school, and neither did I. Instead, I found my passion in the YMCA's Youth in Government program, or YMG, and because of this, I am forever grateful. From the last 3 years of YMG, I've learned so much from modeling the government with like-minded teens from across the state. After so many experiences, I've regained optimism for the future. The program is made up of many sections, including officer positions where teens like myself run for office, gain massive amounts of experience, and prepare us for a future in politics. The highest position, known as youth governor, models that of the real governor. They get to meet the real governor, plan out each conference, and make the overall program run as they want it to. Because of donations from fantastic people like you, I'm able to participate in the program and run for youth governor, all through scholarships. It is safe to say that my passion is in politics. When someone says that, you probably think of a future of someone answering only to the highest donor and refusing to listen to the American people. You're right. This corruption is deteriorating the republic that we take our pride in so much. Just turn on the news and look at what is happening. In the words of the greatest political intellectual of the 20th century, Noam Chomsky, I lived through the Great Depression, and people had hope. They had optimism for a brighter future. People don't have that anymore. When I look at our government, I see the election this year, dubbed the most important election since the Civil War. It is horrifying and humiliating to see what is happening. Throughout history, there have been many men standing because of fear, rising because of pure hatred. These men never win in the end. The more and more I realize how bad of a position our country's in, the more and more I'm eager to change it. Our country has seen much better days. There are many crises that face us today, from the deep pain of racism that our country suffers from, to the massive wealth gap that divides all Americans from one another, from the ever-changing climate to the inexcusable gender inequality we face today. All these problems we face now have plagued our country for centuries. It's important to look back at what we've done, but it's even more important to look at what can be done. I have learned much from YMG. My public speaking skills have improved fourfold, and my determination to create a better tomorrow has grown exponentially. I cannot express with words how important YMG is to me, and how grateful I am for funding from fantastic people like you. When you turn on the news, you see many things. Another tragic terrorist attack. More politicians bickering with no solutions. A new screen for the youth to become zombies toward. After all these events, it's important to not lose faith in humanity. Many of you have seen the greatest days in American history, when the US stood as a beacon of freedom against an axis of evil fascism. When the US embraced the civil rights movement, when we stood with leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Cesar Chavez, and more recently Barack Obama, shouting, "Yes, we can." Today isn't like that. But remember that each year, 3,000 teens in YMG meet in Sacramento, working for future days to look at least a little like those once great days. Thank you.